Shout out to Shan Gay Thunder. You see, man, I've been in this community. Well, I'm not. Well, I'm not a part of no community, but in this anti-natalist space, I've been in this space for so long to where nobody really can tell. Uh, nobody really tells me anything new. No one really is able to give me all these new channels popping up. Tragic reality, life outrage, uh, you know, um, most of them really don't tell me anything new. Everyone's pretty much saying the same thing, Um, so Shan Gay Thunder has presented some more information that I never even thought about, right? So shout out to Shan Gay Thunder, right? Something that I appreciate with Shan Gay Thunder is he is very, very, very analytical. Very, like down to the very minute detail. That is Shan Gay's very, and like I made a video where I was talking about pro-mortalism, where I had quoted what he said, and he was like, you didn't quote me properly. I'm like, yeah, I did. I said this is what you said, but he wanted me to say what he said word for word, But basically what I said in the video was basically what he said, but he just wanted me to be more detailed with me quoting him. So Shan Gay is very, very meticulous, very analytical. And I don't agree with everything he says. And we're actually having a small debate now because he had put me in a group chat and we kind of getting into a little small debate now. But I'm really not interested in this debate that much. But yeah, Shan Gay's very analytical. That's why, because I told the Huey Freeman dude, I was like, hey, if you're gonna debate this dude, you gotta come, because Shan Gay's very, I told him, I said, hey man, make sure you got your information prepared, because I said you gonna have a tough challenge. So Shan Gay's a very analytical dude. Even when it came to the anti-cosmic pro-mortalism topic, it was him and some other people in the group chat. They was really making me have to use all of my full brain power to come back with a response. So Shan Gay he's gonna make you use your brain. He's gonna make you use that motherfucker to the highest you can use it. So I appreciate that. And like I said, I don't agree. There's things that he says I agree with. There's things he says that I agree with. There's things he says I disagree with, and there's things that he says where I say, okay, that's an interesting thought. Where it's like I neither agree or disagree with it, but it's an interesting thought. So something that he said, and I think I forgot where he said this at. I think either in one of his live streams or whatever. But he said that the creator of this realm must be finite as well. And he said, look, everything in this realm has a end date. Everything comes to an end. You, objects, that light over there, stars burn out. He said everything comes to an end, right? So he said this creator must also have an end date as well, because everything that they created has an end date. And I said, that could be a possibility. If everything you create, even me, even us humans, when we create something, it has an end date. It don't keep on going. It has an end date. You create a certain invention, you create a certain a certain thing, it eventually it comes to an end. So he was saying this creator must also be finite. I said, that sounds interesting. That could be a possible, so many theories out here, it's crazy, man. I mean, none of us truly know, it's just an interesting thing he said. This falls into the category of I neither disagree or agree. It's just an interesting thought, right? Cause yeah, man, everything comes to an end. So he was saying, and if the correct, like, now some people can argue, oh well, this creator purposely created it like that, or just for no reason. Shane Gay has some interesting thoughts, man. Uh, like how he said God must have been bored, because if you're not bored, why did you make something? If you are perfectly fine, if you're perfect, why did you create anything? It must have been because you was bored, you was lonely, or whatever. It must have been you felt deprived of something. You felt deprived, so you had to create something. And he said, "Oh, well, look at everything in this universe. Everything comes to an end. God must come to an end himself, or itself, their selves, whatever the fuck it is, right?" It's very interesting. It's very interesting. That's why I say Shane Gay Thunder, is a very interesting individual. There's something he says, I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? And I'll be honest with him. I don't care who a person is. I don't, I agree with what I agree with. I disagree with what I agree with. Or for something, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of in the middle with that. But Shane, I will say this. He's very interesting, right? I don't agree with everything that come out his goddamn lips. Some things he sound like, bro, what the fuck you talking about? That shit sounds fucking stupid. Some things he says, I'm like, oh, yo, that shit sound dope as fuck. Some things I'm like, okay, I'm not sure about that, but it's interesting. I don't know about that, but I'm kind of on the fence with it. But very interesting dude, very analytical dude. I'm watching this live right now. Very, very interesting dude. But that's a good point. Do these deities are they also finite? Because everything they create is finite. Everything is finite. Everything ends. Everything comes to a fucking end. Like this video is gonna come to an end soon, right? Everything comes to an end, man. So do they come to an end too? Do they need a if you observe how we live, do they live the same way? Do they need a energy source, a source of energy to keep going? We need energy. We need to drink water. We need to we need to drink. We have to eat. Do they need an energy source? Do they need plants need energy. They need sunlight, water, good soil. Fruit needs vegetables. They need sunlight, water, good soil. Do they need an energy source? Do they have to feed off of something? Do they have to consume something in order to sustain? Nothing that is created, it has infinite energy. Even the sun, it has a whole fucking bunch of energy, but even the sun will run out. Do they need constant energy? Yeah, constant energy replenished. Good one, Shangay. This is a good one right here. Good thought. So, that's all I gotta say. I'm out.